Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Cameron here. Welcome back to another video, and today I'm making a video that's going to help out some of you new keyboard and mouse players. Whether you're on console or PC, these tips will help you out, so stay tuned for all these great keybinds, guys. We're going to be going over 5 keybinds that you guys should at least consider switching to improve your game and save you time. Time is very essential in a fast-paced game like Fortnite Battle Royale. Before we jump into the top 5 list, if you guys are new to my channel, please consider also hitting the subscribe button if you go on to enjoy today's video. We're on our way to 5K, and it would mean a lot to me trying to grow a small channel. Also, guys, if you aren't plugging a supporter creator code yet, if you want, feel free to use code ONLYCAMERON in the Fortnite item shop. So now that we got all the self-promo crap out of the way, let's jump into today's video. So the first keybind that I recommend for you guys is using E for edit. This is a big one, right? Because E is, the edit key in general is going to be the most prioritized keybind that you should think about in Fortnite. It's going to determine how fast you can make an edit play to edit on an enemy and ultimately get a kill. Remember, guys, time is key in a game like Fortnite, so having the fastest edit key possible will save you time. Because it's right next to 2 of your movement keys, this is one of the most ideal places to have your edit bind. Let's jump into tip number 2, and that's for mouse thumb buttons. These are also referred to as mouse button 4 and 5 on a mouse. So most gaming mice will come with these mouse buttons or on the left side of your mouse, and they're the side buttons or thumb buttons of your mouse that'll allow you to actually use keybinds with just your thumb. Because of their location and the versatility of these keys being basically like resting keys without having to move your hands anywhere to press them, these keys would be best for your wall and for your ramp. Personally, I use the front one as my wall and the back one as my ramp, and I feel like that order is really nice, and it's something to definitely consider doing if you guys haven't already made that switch. The thing about this is it can save your life. Because they're resting keys, having them right there ready means that if somebody starts shooting at you, you're basically at the split of a millisecond already have 2 walls up and protected yourself. So again, having that extra defense system to have those keys readily available will save your life in a game like Fortnite. The other thing about this is when combining 2 building keys on your mouse with 2 building keys on your keyboard, you can your mind will be able to think about that more logically, and your timing will be phenomenal compared if you had all 4 on your keyboard or all 4 on just your mouse. It'll mean that you can use 2 hands at the same time to place those keys, so people are usually a lot better when they have it split, 2 on the keyboard and 2 on the mouse. But I know it seems daunting when thinking about that, like how am I supposed to remember half my binds on my keyboard, half on my mouse? Well, guys, if you use them for long enough, I'd say even just a few days, if not a week, they just become muscle memory. And you guys will be used to these switches already. I know it's a daunting process though whenever changing up your keybinds, but trust me, in the future, you will appreciate them over time, especially if there is priority placed, as today's video suggests. So what I'm about to tell you for tip number 3 is probably the most underrated keybind that I've ever seen on YouTube. I don't see anybody talking about this, yet it makes perfect sense, and that's rebind your aim down sights button. This is defaulted as your right click on your mouse. Now, as you know, that's one of the easiest buttons you could press on your keyboard or your mouse is your freaking right click button. So why is it on something that's such a basic functionality like aiming down sights, where although it's useful, isn't something that requires like any technical skill or like any extra definitive ability other than to look down the side of your gun? So what I've done, and this worked really well for me, is I use my right click button as my floor, and I use my the scroll wheel mouse click as my aiming down sights. And yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on your mouse. If you have a super sensitive mouse that can scroll up and down really easy, that might mess up some of your other keybinds like scroll wheel reset. But I don't. Mine's pretty firm, so I'm able to use that really well, and it's helped me actually get an extra key that I could use for something like the floor. So I recommend trying that out if that's something that you want to do, because I think it'll help you out personally. Alright, so jumping into number 4 is shift for roof. This is actually a very popular one, but it's not something that people really think about because it's just the roof keybind. But this is actually a good idea because as long as you're using your normal ASDW movement keys, it's a resting key, meaning it's one of the most easy to click. It's where your pinky just rests with your normal movement keys. So having that as one of your build binds for roof, I feel like is a really smart idea, because when combining with all the other building keybinds that we have, like the left side of your mouse thumb buttons, maybe right click as your floor and shift for your roof, you literally don't have to move a single muscle to have all those building placements. When you get that in tangent, you're gonna be a god at Fortnite, because you're not having to strain, you're not having to reach across anywhere. They're literally resting keys on your keyboard and mouse. It's fantastic. To me, I think this is some of the best prioritized keybinds in all of Fortnite. And ultimately, guys, I'm going to go into tip number 5, and that's remapping your weapon slot 1 to Q. I feel like this is a smart idea. I use 1 just for my map, and Q is for my weapon slot 1. And the reason I changed that one specifically is it's right around W, right? You got Q, 2, and 3 right around W. It's really easy to press them with your ring finger, and they're just right there. So I feel like that's better, because I was actually not straining hard, but I was straining a little bit to get my ring finger, my left hand, to go all the way up to 1 every time. And it actually made it really fast for me to switch to all my weapon slots, even when I'm building. Like, the switch to weapon slot 1 on Q is just so nice. So I'd recommend trying that out. But yeah, guys, this has been some tips for you guys to test out. I hope that these keybinds have given you some good ideas. And remember, as just the last tip I just want to make here, once you actually switch keybinds, don't be changing them all the time. Stick with them for the long haul, because the reason being is you're going to grow that muscle memory I was talking about earlier, and they're going to feel secondhand, and you're just going to be that much better of a player. So don't switch them all the time once you figure out ones you want to rock. But yeah, this has been your guy Cameron, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out for now.